Good afternoon, scholars, and welcome back to the Restricted Collection, a podcast about tabletop games. I'm your host, the head librarian, Chad, and today we are starting a run of Night of Vespers with Sebastian Benitez. I'll read him out since he is a fan investigator. He's actually a fan investigator that came out in the Night of Vespers player expansion, fan-made. Sebastian Benitez, the protege, 4 will, 1 intellect, 4 strength, 3 agility, survivor, socialite, and chosen traded. Reaction after a skill test you are taking fails, but before resolving its effects, place 1 doom on a non-permanent asset you control without doom. Attempt that test again. You get +2 skill value for this test. So I failed it, but I immediately get to test that test again, and then after I'm done testing it, regardless of if I pass or fail, I would then... After a skill test you are sorry, I'm reading this now and it's striking me weird. After a skill test... Okay, reaction. After a skill test you are taking fails, so we've determined that it has failed, but before resolving any effects of the test. Okay, so I failed the test. There are effects that they're not resolving. I may place a doom on a non-permanent asset you control without doom to attempt that test again. You get +2 skill value for this test. What's the language on live and learn say? Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Maybe I'm being persnickety. Live. Okay, play after a skill test you failed ends after resolving all effects from the failed test. So it implies to me that I can fail a test, then place a doom on a non-permanent asset I control without doom to attempt that test again. Limit once per failed test. So my understanding is that I'm doing a redo on that test, which could therefore change the results. I would have failed, but I have now since not failed, and we ignore the failure, I guess, because otherwise it would have just made sense to word it just like live and learn. Sorry, that just struck me as odd as I was doing that. But yes, that's what Sebastian does. And then free trigger, spend 2 resources, select a non-weakness asset you control with doom on it, discard that asset. Elder Sign effect, you may remove 1 doom from an asset you control. It's not you, it's me. I recently-ish played this on the podcast, so I might gloss a little bit over the flavor text. But yeah, I've been invited to a lovely Italian dinner at the Hotel Seasons. Great. And clearly nothing bad will possibly happen there. I don't know who invited me. I don't know what's going on, but boy howdy, there should be some O'Banion gangster stuff going on here, and that seems mighty suspicious, don't it? Forgot to grab all the things. All right. So I begin play at Trattoria del Parche. It's the La Dolce Vita side. 2 shrouds, 0 clues. Hotel restaurant traded. The first card played during each investigator's turn here costs -1 resource. As an action, I can search the top 9 cards of my deck for a card of my choice, and then draw it. Then shuffle my deck. 1, 2, 3, and then 1. Great. I'm playing with the Boon of Hermes because that's what I do in True Solo. Agenda 1A, as the hour of your mysterious dinner companion's arrival draws near, you find yourself in need of a distraction. While the Trattoria del Parche's much-acclaimed floor show offers a modest reprieve from your growing boredom and anxiety, the complimentary bottle of wine at your table has a much more direct way to help ease the passage of time. You sneak a glance at the clock. Surely you can't be expected to wait for much longer, can you? 1 doom to advance. Forced investigators cannot leave this location. Thus, with a kiss, you can't help but steal another glance back at the table of O'Banion men you noticed when you first entered the restaurant. The grand dame at the far end of the table departs to powder her nose, but not before leaning down to give the elderly gent at the head of the table a gentle kiss on the cheek. Isn't it nice to see that romance is alive and well even in these curious times? Objective, try to enjoy the evening. You deserve it. You'll be instructed when to advance. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cat Mask, David Renfield. Play the Fool, deny existence. So play the Fool. I also got Kane Aiden Esquire, my signature. So play the Fool, trick and tactic traded, fast play when you initiate a fight, evade, or test printed on a scenario card. The test automatically fails, discover clue at your location. And Kane Aiden Esquire is an ally, costs 1, soaks for 2 and 2, ally socialite patron. Reaction after Doom is placed on a card you control with no Doom on it. Exhaust Kane Aiden Esquire and choose one. Either gain 2 resources or immediately disengage from an enemy at your location until the end of the round. That enemy cannot attack or engage you. Let's go ahead and Cat Mask is great. After Doom is placed on a card I control with no Doom on it. I'm going to get rid of Deny Existence and David, which gets me an Occult Records and a Ouija board. Well, I found something to help me get clues, which is really what I wanted. A Ouija board. 3 cost, item occult asset, takes up a hand slot. Action investigate. You may investigate as if you were at a revealed connecting location, and you may use will instead of intellect for this investigation. You may treat the modifier of each skull or cultist drawn during this test as if it were 0. Each time you choose to do so, put a Doom on Ouija board. Okay. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. Action the first. Let's get an occult. Let's get a Ouija board down. Simple enough. Cost me 2. Let's get Cat Mask down. Simple enough. Cost me 1. And then let's spend 1 and get Kane Aiden Esquire down. Keep it simple. I have a Hermes action, but I have nowhere to go. So resource and a card. Offering Bowl. We hit 1 of 1 Doom. As tardy as to slow. The clock ticks on, you've nibbled through the contents of your bread basket, and while that's helped to fend off a little of the awkward feeling of waiting alone at your table, your attention remains fixed on the restaurant's entrance. You're still holding out hope that your elusive dinner companion will walk in any second now. Instead, you witness a line of trench-coat-clad men march through the doorway, forming an ominous blockade across the front of the establishment. Against the commotion of the floor show, their arrival goes largely unnoticed. None of the other diners seem to register their movement when the men draw their firearms from beneath their coats or when they aim squarely at the O'Banion party. You see all this unfold before anyone else does. The grim realization of what is about to happen is yours alone. You have just enough time to flip over your table. Flip my location to La Bruta Vita side and advance to Act 1B. So 2A, open season. Screams echo through the hotel seasons. You keep your head low and prepare to bolt at the first sign of a lull in gunfire. Forced, when an encounter card requires you to look for the nearest or furthest location from you, treat all location connections if they were 2-way instead of 1-way. Forced, as an additional cost to move into any revealed location, investigators must spend 1 per investigator clues as a group. Act 1A advances. Parting is such sweet sorrow. The unmistakable staccato sound of gunfire erupts over your head as the restaurant descends into chaos. Glass explodes into shards around you. Stray bullets reduce the once luxurious decor to shreds. From behind the safety of your upturned table, you can see the remnants of the O'Banion party strewn about the floor. From what you can tell, most of them didn't even have time to react before they were gunned down in cold blood. Amidst the screams of the terrified dancers on stage, you can hear one of the hatchet men issue a single gruff command: no witnesses. Put the Trattoria Kitchens and Bar Le Alamalia Trise, apologies, into play face down. Advance to 2A, a family affair. A stray bullet ricochets into a porcelain vase just behind your head, shattering it into pieces. Unless you intend to finish out your evening at the back of a hearse, you need to get out of this restaurant fast. Force, after you move to a new location, set each unrevealed location in play aside out of play. Objective of each undefeated investigator is in the grand ballroom. We may spend the requisite number of clues as a group to advance, which is 2. So, kitchens, bar. Okay. I don't have a strong preference of where I go at this time. Oh, there's one clue here. But of course. And then we draw an encounter card. Skulking Hooligan, 2 health, 2 fight, 3 evade, humanoid criminal, syndicate, furthest location, revealed location from all investigators. You're with me. Hunter, if it engages an investigator, that investigator must return half my total clues to the token bank, round it up, and refill my location's clue to its maximum clue value, or put one doom on the agenda. This may cause the agenda to advance. Under 2.0, Chapter 2 rules, I can choose the first option even though it doesn't do anything because I'm able, like I did it. I don't have to choose something that changes the game state. That's my understanding. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to choose something that doesn't hurt me if I don't have to. You have... I'm 2 up to hit you for... Forgot to reset my stats. 4-1, 4-3. I'm 2 up to hit you normally. I'm going to punch you at 2 up. -1. I'm going to punch you at 2 up. Tablet -2. If I fail, lose a resource. I don't. You're dead. I will investigate with Ouija board. Ouija board lets me use will. I succeed because that's a tablet, which is a -2. I was at 4. I get a clue, so let's Hermes on over. I'll just... to the kitchens. I'm deciding I don't have a strong preference of where I'm going right now. So I was just like, yeah, let's go to the kitchens. 1 shroud, 2 per investigator. Clues. Forced when you reveal the kitchens, test agility 2. This gets +X difficulty where X is the current act, which is 2. So difficulty 4. If I succeed, each investigator at my location may draw a card. Skull -1. If I fail, take a damage, or a horror, I will take a damage because I have so much more damage than I do horror. Do I put that on Kane? I kind of want to put that on Kane. We're going to put that on Kane. Thanks, buddy, because eventually you're going to replace yourself with your weird bird form. So damage on Kane. Great. That's it for me. Resource and a card. Another Play the Fool. 1 of 6 doom. Second Thoughts. Put Second Thoughts into play next to the agenda deck as an additional cost for investigator to play a card from their hand. Or take a move action. They must spend 1 action. Double action to get rid of it. It's not what I want. It's fine though, but it's just not what I want. Great, I'm going to investigate. -1, I'm going to investigate. +1, that's 2 clues. I could move. I forgot to put in 2 locations. When this came into play, I should have put in the gallery and the wine cellar. Let's go. Let's roll a die. To the gallery. Okay, so that will be my last 2 actions. I'll spend a clue and go to the gallery. And 3 shroud, 1 per investigator clues. Forced when you reveal the gallery, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until an enemy is revealed, and that spawn that enemy at a connecting location. That's not what I wanted. Hired Triggerman, 2 health, 3 fight, 2 evade, humanoid criminal syndicate, hunter. If he would attack during the enemy phase, I can spend 3 resources to cancel. Well, he's going to attack me because I don't have a choice. He moves, he attacks. I'll take a damage. There's a clue here that I forgot to note. I'll take a damage. I'll put the horror on the perfect wingman. Because again, why not? And Great. Resource and a card. 4 resources, and I drew another cat mask. We're at 2 doom. Rain of Bullets, test agility 2. This gets +1 difficulty for each syndicate enemy at my location and each connecting location. If you fail, each investigator at my location takes a damage. I'm even. Tablet, -2 if I fail, so I'm going to lose a resource because I failed. I could put a doom on a thing. I don't really want to, and I will take a damage. It's not a test I feel strongly about. Okay. I'm going to attack the hired triggerman and play the fool to automatically fail. Fast play, you initiate the test automatically fails, and I will discover a clue. However, after a skill test I'm performing fails, but before resolving its effects, if it stops, it doesn't. So for the purposes of this card, it doesn't matter if it ceases to fail. It just says the test automatically fails. And I discover a clue at my location. But if a card cares about whether or not I failed or not, I think if I pass the subsequent check, it's weird. Great. I'm going to go ahead and put a doom on Kane. Thanks, buddy. To gain 2 resources. 1, 2, because actually, I could just disengage from you. Disengage from an enemy at my location until the end of the round. That enemy cannot engage or attack me. But I'm doing this as part of my first action, and I kind of want to kill you, so I'm going to kill you. I'm at 6-3. -3. We're going to use my cat mask when I punch him a second time. -2. Great. A lot of tablets this game. So I have 2 actions left. I'm going to get rid of second thoughts because that's just going to be more annoying and as a function of time than otherwise. Okay. I should have put the hotel lobby into play as well as the luxury suites. Okay. So, resource and a card. Malediction. 3 charges. When any amount of doom is placed on a card in my control, I can spend a charge and exhaust it to deal damage to an enemy at my location or discover a clue. We are at 3 official plus 1 for doom. And I draw another enemy. Who shuffled this? Kind of sick of this, if I'm being honest. Punch with the cat mask. Great, that was -3. I hit. Cat mask is out. I will commit a cat mask to be 2 up. -2. Great, you're dead. And then I'm going to move to the luxury suites. 2 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. 2, 3. I've gotten 4 clues and I've spent 3 of them, so I have 1 clue left. 2 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. Forced when you reveal the luxury suites, reveal the top card of the encounter deck. If that card would spawn or attach to a location, spawn it at this location instead. If it would spawn at or attach to a location. Okay, well, I got a syndicate firing squad because apparently I didn't shuffle this very well, and all I'm getting are enemies. So at least that was my first action, so I can at least respond to this. Syndicate firing squad. 2 health, 3 fight, 1 evade, humanoid criminal syndicate. Hunter. If it would be defeated and it is not exhausted, set its remaining health to 1 and exhausted instead. Okay, well, I have 3 actions. Let's evade it. 2 up. -3. Let's evade it. 2 up. Elder Sign. I'll take a thing off of what's-his-face. +2, so I succeeded, and you're evaded. So I have one action left, which will be just punch. +1. Damage. Okay, you're ready. Resource and a card. Would love to have time to do things, but the game doesn't want me to do things. I got a Will of the Cosmos in hand. We go to 4 Official Doom, and only 4 Official Doom, as I draw Xenophobia. Goes and play my threat area. If I end my turn at a location with no enemies or other investigators, take a horror and discard it. Or sorry, discard a random card from my hand. Okay. This isn't a hard location to investigate. So I'm going to evade at 2 up. Yeah. -1. Great, you're evaded. I'm going to attempt to punch you. Elder Sign. I have no Doom on cards, but you're dead. I have a regular action and a Hermes action left. I don't need money. Malediction would be nice, so I'm going to spend 3, 1, 2, 3 to get Malediction down. It has 3 charges. I don't know, I have to just kind of whatever at this point. And I could move. I do have a clue I could move. You may investigate if you were to reveal the connecting location, but it doesn't connect back. That's the problem, is it doesn't connect back. Okay. Resource and a card. Another Will of the Cosmos. Unfortunately, Will of the Cosmos is not particularly helpful at this time. We are at the witching hour, though. 5 of 5 Doom. Please not an enemy. Oh, I take a horror and just... I forgot to take a horror. And discard a random card from my hand, which could not have been the Will of the Cosmos that I just drew. Which the other Play the Fool. I need to get rid of that. Okay. 5 of 6 Doom. Rain of Bullets. Test agility 2. Gets +1 difficulty for every syndicate enemy at my location or connecting location. 1 up. -1. Great. We're getting rid of Xenophobia. And then I'm going to investigate. With a skull -1 if I fail. I didn't fail. Fortunately, though, that's it for me in actions. Because I've ruled for myself that the move action by Boon of Hermes can't be used for like double action costs and whatnot. Resource and a card to deny existence. And we hit 6 of 6 Doom. I am not moving very quickly. You continue your tumultuous flight through the hotel corridors, but you skid to a sudden stop when you hear the sound of angry voices from around the corner. Slipping past them unnoticed will take some luck. When player order, each investigator must test agility 3. I don't need money. I've got $6 and I can't spend it all, so we're going to commit offering. No, we're not committing offering bowl. I'm even. Automatic failure. Oh no! I'm going to add a Doom to a card that I control and get $2 out of this deal. Not that I need the money, it's more I just want the Doom. Hey, you can go on to... Kane. When any amount of Doom is played on a card under my control, this also refreshes Cat Mask. Exhaust Malediction and spend a charge. Discover a clue or deal a damage. Great, I got the clues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I've spent 3 of them. Great. So I'm going to take this test again at +2. I'll commit Offering Bowl to be +3. -2. Great. Again, my understanding is that since it's before I resolve any of the fail effects, that it's a redo of the test, not a second test. Great. I don't have to do anything else. Calling it a night is the last agenda. Time has become your enemy. The hatchet men on your tail are growing closer with each passing moment. When the encounter card requires you to look at the nearest, furthest location, treat all locations that are one-way connected as two-way connected. As an additional cost to move to an unrevealed location, you must spend 1 for investigator clues. So all the same. But I got all the clues from this location with magic. Syndicate firing squad. Can I please stop drawing enemies? I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemies and 4 treacheries. Can you stop, please? We're moving. I don't want to be here. I can go to either the hotel rooftop or to the conservatory. Both of which go where I want to go. Let's go to the conservatory. Or should I determine it randomly? It says, how do I have this oriented? It would be hotel rooftop. I'm going to quickly take a look at the conservatory. It would have been better if I had gone to the conservatory. 4 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. If there are no clues on rooftop, I can test agility 3 to remember that I opened a rooftop skylight, which would let me get to the ballroom. Spent a clue to get here. Okay, so I need to get these clues. I'm going to spend 1 off of Cat Mask to be 2 up with a Ouija board. Tablets, -2. Great. Spend another Cat Mask, 2 up with the Ouija board. Tablet, -2. How many tablets are in the bag? There's only 1 tablet. Okay, just a tablet game, apparently. It's the tablets game, and I'm just playing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clues, and I've spent 4 of them. Yep. Okay. Sure, if there are no clues here, I'm going to test agility. I'm even. -4. Great. I'm going to put a Doom onto a card that doesn't currently have Doom, which will be Cat Mask. It refreshes Cat Mask. And then that gets me 2 more resources, which I know I could be spending resources to clear off my location of things. Regardless, I'm now 2 up on this test. -1 from a skull. If you fail, take a damage or horror. Great. That's it for me. Syndicate firing squad moves. Resource and a card. Blood of Thoth. You okay, Hester? Good boy. 1 official Doom +2 for me makes it 3 of 9 Doom. As we draw, please not an enemy. Not an enemy. Except it causes the hunter keyword of all enemies. Okay. Okay, that's just what it is. I can evade you. It's not the worst thing, I guess. I'm going to evade you. I'm 2 up. -2. You're evaded. I just don't want to deal with you. No offense. Then we're going to move into the ballroom. 4 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. When you reveal the grand ball, you resolve the hunter keyword of each enemy in play. It's exhausted, so it can't. This location gives -1 shroud for each enemy with the hunter keyword in play. Okay, so it's a 3 shroud location. I don't love that, but it's what it is. I'm going to investigate. I'll use Cat Mask. Cultist, -1 if this token was drawn while taking an investigation test, which it was. Draw another token. Okay, that is an automatic failure. Can't say I love that, but I don't really want to do anything about it at this time. Well, if each undefeated investigator is at the ballroom, we may spend the requisite number of clues to advance. I have the clues, but I'd love the victory. Because I have 3 clues, so getting extra clues here would be nice. But I don't know how much I can handle more Doom, if I'm being honest. Because I have to put Doom on a non-permanent asset without Doom, and I haven't cleared Doom. I'm figuring out how this investigator works. You know what? I am going to take a Doom. I'm going to put a Doom on Malediction, which will let me exhaust Malediction to get this, to get a clue. This will get me 2 resources. And then we are going to take that test again, as stated. Yeah, it doesn't have a timing. It's just if each undefeated investigator, we can spend the clues to be 3 up with the Ouija board, and that's an Elder Sign, which I will use to clear off the cat mask, because that's actually something I kind of care about. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so I have 5 clues. Great. So I evaded, I moved, I investigated, I have another action. I don't want to advance at this exact present moment. So what we are going to do instead is spend 2 and put a Blood of Thoth down. 1, 2. It's fine. Everything's fine. I have 12 resources. Resource and a card. It's another Ouija board. You ready, but I don't care. We're at 2 official Doom, plus 2 for me is 4. And I draw Crumbling Foundation. Test Agility 3. If I fail, I must either discard an asset under my control, or each investigator at my location takes a damage. That's fine. -2. I failed. I will discard Kane. I don't need you. Okay. Reduces the Doom threshold right now. Great. I'm going to advance. That's a lot of tiny text. Discard all enemies from play that are not currently engaged with an investigator. Goodbye. Move each investigator back to the start. Okay. So because... right, I forgot to do that step. So that should have been there. That should have been there. Because I went to because I went to the kitchen, I'm going to save myself that. Because I went to the kitchen, I have to go to the bar now. But put everything into return the remaining set-aside locations in play unrevealed. Remove each location in play other than that from the game, placing any locations in Victory X that have been cleared of clues. So your victory, your victory. So that's 4 victory from that. And then all of this gets cleared. And then I have the bar or the kitchen again, but it's a different bar and a different kitchen. Because move each investigator and the remaining set-aside locations, because I feel like I'm getting myself turned around. Let me just double check setup. Nope, the second copies are just straight up removed from the game. So the kitchen and the gallery are not available. So I have to go to the bar, which is fine. The bar will connect to the gallery, which it cannot, or the mezzanine elevators, which it can. Technically, that shouldn't go into play yet. I'm just getting ahead of myself. Cool. Spawn the set-aside Declan O'Doyle enemy at Territoria, exhausted, then shuffle the set-aside Inferno encounter set into the encounter deck along with the encounter discard pile. But I got through all of those enemies. Declan. 2. Did I lose clues? Discard. Move each investigator. Remove each. Refill clues on Trattoria de Parche. Yep. Spawn. I mean, I still have 3 clues. I don't think I see anything here that tells me that I lose the clues. Yeah, great. Declan O'Doyle, reanimated racketeer, 2 health, 3 fight, 3 evade, humanoid criminal, risen elite, hunter, retaliate, jinxed. Jinxed, friendly reminder, is like haunted, but for fights, evades, and investigates. Forced if Declan O'Doyle would be defeated, set his health to 1 per investigator and exhaust him instead. Declan O'Doyle is not ready during the next upkeep phase. Okay, he's exhausted, but I could just run. Nothing is stopping me from just running. All right. I still have all of my actions. The first one is going to be my Hermes action to run to the bar. When I reveal the bar, take a horror. Ow. Puts me at 2 horror. Investigate as an action. I can use agility instead of intellect, which is better for me, but I don't care that much. That leaves me with, I mean, sure, I'll try to get a clue here. The important thing is I got away from Declan. I'm 2 up naturally, -3. There's no jinxed effect here. Do I put a doom on a card to redo that? I'm going to put a doom on Blood of Thoth, which will then let me trigger Blood of Thoth. To try that again. Hey, look, it's still the -3, but this time it succeeded because magic. So that's 2 actions. I'm going to get this Occult Records down as my 3rd action. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to use it to heal 2 horror and then test will 2. I'm 2 up. Elder Sign. I'll take 1 off Blood of Thoth, thank you. I succeed and do not have to discard a card. Love that. Oh, Act 3, by the way, Into the Fire. All this running and you've only managed to wind up back where you began. With the hotel ablaze, your only hope now is to survive the evening unscathed, is to cut a path through the flames to an exit. Any exit. Excuse me. Great. We need to get to the conservatory, hedge maze, or hotel rooftop and spend the requisite number of clues to advance. For my last action, we're going to keep moving on to the mezzanine elevators, which connect to the luxury suites and the presidential suites. 3 shroud, 1 per investigator clues. When I reveal this location, draw a random chaos token from the bag. It's an Elder Sign. I may immediately take an action as if it were my turn. Sweet, thank you. Luxury suites. Oh. And the presidential suites. Oh, I don't think I can go to... No, I can't go to... I have to go to the presidential suite because the other one's taken up. Or because the other one got removed. Cool, I'm going to take an action as if it were my turn. I'm going to investigate with my Ouija board. I'll use Cat Mask to be 3 up. -4, okay. Okay, game. Okay. I will add a doom to my occult records to recharge my Cat Mask. And put another thing on Blood of Thoth. To attempt that test again, I'm still 3 up. -3. Thank you for the clue. Puts me at 4 clues. And then I will exhaust Blood of Thoth and spend 2 to immediately move on to the presidential suite. 4 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. When you reveal presidential suite, test agility 4. If you succeed, gain a resource and draw a card. If you fail, lose an action. Joke's on you, don't have any. That's a 0. I still failed. Which is fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. As I'm just like running around doing crazy things. Yeah, I'm figuring this guy out. Enemy phase. You wake up during upkeep. Resource and a card puts me at 10 resources, and I have another deny existence. 3 official doom plus 2 doom from me puts us at 5 of 9. Catastrophic drop. Revelation attached to my location. At the end, if you end your turn at this location, test agility 2 plus X, where X is the number of resource tokens on catastrophic drop. If you succeed, put a resource token on catastrophic drop. If you fail, discard catastrophic drop, and each investigator at this location takes a damage and a horror. I will hopefully not be here. Investigate. I'll use Cat Mask to be 2 up. 3 up. Well, I'll just be 2 up. Skull -1. I succeeded. Get a clue. Well, let's try that again. I will use the Cat Mask again to be 2 up. -2. Perfect. Sometimes it just works. Okay. And Presidential Suites hooks up to the rooftop, which I cannot go to, or the hedge maze, which we will go there. Grab the wrong stack of cards. Hedge maze. Okay. So I investigated, I moved, so I will have 1 action left over when this is all said and done. Hedge mage. 4 hedge maze. 4 shroud, 2 per investigator clues. If there are no clues here, test will 3. If you succeed, remember that you found a way through the hedge maze. Great. For my last action, I will investigate with Ouija board. I'm even. That is a skull, -1. I may treat the modifier... I don't want to treat the modifier as 0 for this, because I'd rather put a doom on Blood of Thoth, charge up the Blood of Thoth, get back the 2 things on my Cat Mask, and exhaust Malediction, and spend the last charge off of that to get a free clue, as I attempt again now at 2 up, 3 up with the Ouija board from hand that I'm committing. I'm liking this. I'm seeing where this is going now. -2, that's a clue. Jeez, okay. I got all the clues. There's nothing else for me to do. I will advance. I'm sorry, this just was like, the first half was like, okay, this is kind of slow, this is kind of slow, but I put a lot of time in, apparently, to really make this sing in the end. If it is the hedge maze, I can hear the terrible sound of several of my fellow guests' final moments as you navigate the maze. Oh, I forgot to actually take the will check. Sorry, I don't actually win right now. I still have to make the will check on it in a minute. I will spend 2 resources, 1, 2, to remove Malediction from play, discard it. Great. Because I don't need it anymore, and it's not doing me anything. So you'll hunt. Resource and a card. Watch this. 4 official doom plus 2 from me is 6 of 9 doom, and I draw Crumbling Foundation. Test will 3, not will 3, agility 3. If you fail, you must either discard an asset under your control. That's fine. I don't mind the asset hate because I kind of want it. That's a skull, which is a -1. Oh no, my occult records are gone. There goes another doom. Oh boy. So I need to test will 3. I will use a Cat Mask and watch this. I'll wager 3. Why not? To be 7? 7 to 3. -3. I succeeded by at least 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I actually didn't need to do this. I could have just advanced. I didn't need to do this action. Well, too bad I did it. I made a bunch of money, and I'll spend $2 to get rid of my Blood of Thoth, so there's no doom in play. In fact, I'll spend $6 and have no cards in play when I end the scenario. Because why not? This is weird. I like it, but it's weird. Great. So I add a cultist to the chaos bag for the remainder of the campaign. And cultist. And I go to R1. R1, record that I escaped the hotel seasons and proceed to R2. I get victory X value of each card in the victory display, which is 6 total. 6 total, that's pretty decent. I can heal a mental or physical trauma, which I choose not to, and then proceed to the 2 messages. Okay. And I will figure out what... I haven't decided if I want to side with Gigi or Finlay. Maybe Gigi would be better for me stat-wise than Finlay O'Doyle, but I'll think about it. If there's a reason I feel like Sebastian here would take one over the other. But yes, I will figure out what I'm doing with 6 XP, figure out which one I'm going to follow, and we'll go from there.